So past year and a half, 2 years, there's a mad rush on firearms. So some people had to settle for some of the stuff that was in the case that was just leftovers. And some of those items might be a revolver. So I wanted to touch base with you guys and gals to show that, hey, there are some safety things that you can learn in order to safely operate your revolver. So I got to thinking the other day, hey, it would be good to show folks the safe way to hammer down on a revolver in case they get themselves into a situation where they're pulling the hammer back like their favorite anti-gunner on TV, and there's a loaded cylinder, and now that it's a cold range, the safety officer, something happens where, hey, I don't want to pull the trigger now. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how to do that, especially on a Smith & Wesson where there's actually redundancy safeties inside that can help you safely do this. So if the hammer back, I don't want to fire, I point it at a safe direction, and now I'm putting my thumb in the way before I touch any of the moving parts. I'm going to control that hammer, and I'm going to pull the trigger while keeping my thumb there. I'm going to lower the hammer about a quarter of a way, and then I'm going to let go of the trigger, and that way that safety bar in there will come up and restrain the hammer from going forward any further. So let's get to the table, and then we'll check out some of the insides of the Smith & Wesson and what to do since you had to settle for a gnarly old revolver. So on this revolver right here, these revolvers are pretty cool because you can see very easily that that the chambers are empty, cylinder's empty, nothing in the gun. May not be that easy on a single action, as recently we have found out, but the double action, swing open that cylinder and look inside there. Okay, I'm going to show you kind of the innards of this thing. Take out the yoke here in the cylinder. Take off the side plate. Okay, now you can kind of see the innards, the inner workings of a Smith & Wesson revolver, or for like a Taurus, for that matter, a clone. So this right here, let me get something here. This right here is the hammer block. So this comes out. It rides up here, and it rides up and down, blocking your hammer. So if there's not a finger on the trigger at the time that the hammer falls off the sear, if there's no trigger or any pressure beyond a certain point, this thing right here will come up and block it, as we'll see here. So this hammer block acts as a drop safety as well, because in its resting position, it's up in this, at this point right here. So you would have to overcome this little hump right here on the return slide where the hammer meets it. It would have to overcome that, which is not going to happen. And the hammer block rests in this position right here where it's up. So you could actually probably pound nails in with this. All right, what I have here is a piece of brass with no powder, no bullet, just a primer. And this will demonstrate that hammer block coming up if there's no pressure past a certain point on the trigger. All right, so I'm going to cock it back. All right, it's pointed in a safe direction. Have my eye pro on. Okay, so all we're going to do is just that and Let's see if we can show this to you. So there's not even a dimple on there. That hammer block came up and did its job. We'll try it again, in case you think this is Penn and Teller. Okay. And now we're going to do it for real. So, Smith & Wesson did a really good job on creating steps of safety into its firearm. At this point right here at rest, that hammer block is up there, and you will not overcome that. And if for some reason it does and it's faulty, the hammer rides on the return slide, and there's two chunks of metal that just will not give. So this is beyond drop safe. Just remember safety first. You know, as a firearm carrier, you have a responsibility to not ruin it for everybody else that's being responsible. You have to carry the torch. You know, everybody has to carry that torch because there's a lot of folks out there trying to get rid of our constitutional rights. And with ADs or NDs or anything where negligence is concerned, it looks bad for the rest of the crowd. It's like that kid on the playground that ends up biting part of his tongue off on the jungle gym, and then they get rid of the jungle gym. And that was the funnest thing about recess, was hopping up and down on that goofy thing. So just think about those things whenever you have a firearm in your hand, that the weight is on your shoulders as well as everybody else's. But stay safe out there. I mean, truly safe. Protect yourselves, protect your family, and God bless. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up. We'll keep doing this. Thank you.